There are so many games, thousands, tens of thousands even, released every single year. So I decided to stop torturing myself figuring out what to play or what to tackle next in my backlog, and instead I let fate decide what game I'll play and review for your and my entertainment. Welcome to Roll for Video Game. First, we'll roll to narrow down our random game. Okay. This week we're playing an A-tier adventure game for the Xbox Series. Using the trusty database at movigames.com, we get the following list. Let's roll for video game. 2. This week we played and reviewed A Space for the Unbound. I didn't expect much when I first booted up this game. I thought it would be another slice of life, high school drama, narrative game. Those are usually not my cup of tea, to be honest. However, after finishing the prologue of A Space for the Unbound, I realized there is so much more to this game. Now, I will struggle a lot to give you a good review for this game since it's so narrative heavy, and I would risk spoiling the whole game for you. So let's focus on the basics. A Space for the Unbound is a 2D narrative adventure game developed by an Indonesian studio called Mohican Studio. This game is based in Indonesia and it follows Atma and Raya, two high school sweethearts, very cute, who live in Loka City. Atma will interact with plenty of NPCs, solve countless quests and puzzles, pet every cat he encounters, and unravel a deep and emotionally twisting story that will have you bawling at the end. You can tell this game has a lot of heart and passion, and it is reflected in the story. There are really difficult themes in this game. Loss and grief, abuse, bullying, anxiety, depression, and trauma. But those difficulties are contrasted by how beautiful the game is and how moving the score can be. A Space for the Unbound is rich with pixel art, and the setting is not one that many are used to. An Indonesian small town in the 90s. The art is expressive, it's colorful, and it ebbs and flows really well in the background as you read thousands of lines of text. It is also filled with Easter eggs, references, and trivia from the 90s. It is accompanied by original music that does a really good job of setting the tone during different segments of the story. While the story is moving and emotional, I felt like the pacing was off in major parts of the game. So the game is divided in 6 chapters, excluding the prologue. In each chapter, Atma solves different puzzles across town, which can be great. But he also needs to run a lot of mandatory errands, quests, for NPCs across this small town. You spend some time reading, then you go on a fetch quest across the map, then you read some more, then you go on a different fetch quest, and this goes on until you reach the climax, or more likely than not, the cliffhanger of the chapter, then you move on to the next one. These fetch quests can feel like such a drag a lot of the times. I almost wanted to stop playing because of them, but each chapter is so unique in their story themes and puzzles that I powered through. Also, because I need to make this review legitimate. Speaking of puzzles, Atma has a few magical abilities in this game. He can essentially dive into people's hearts and help them understand and overcome their fears, trauma, and emotional turmoil. This is a key aspect of the gameplay and is usually the most engaging part of the game. Finally, there are lots of little collectibles scattered around town that will also keep you engaged, but all of this is just to distract you and maybe lengthen your time spent in A Space for the Unbound as you unravel the story. This is a very interesting and unique game for sure, and one that I would have never played if not for Roll for Video Game. It was a great experience, and I feel like I'm growing as a reviewer because of it. But with that, I give A Space for the Unbound my Buenale Games rating of 7.8 out of 10. I hope you guys have a good week and stay tuned for more videos. Gracias y adiós.